There, we'll bring it down to 35%. Anyways, prime evening to all of you. I'm Thunderbird Prime, master of VTuber. What the heck is wrong with my voice? I don't know. Could it be that a whole week of just doing absolutely nothing has had serious consequences on my voices? I don't know. But hey, welcome to the countdown to 2025. Man, my voice really sounds shot. I don't know, I'm drinking water. I'm not doing stupid shit. I'm just living my life. And the New Year's countdown just sometimes freezes up. I don't know why. Anyways. Well, like the title suggests, we're counting down to the new year. So long and thanks for nothing, 2024. 2025, you have like the lowest bar to clear. Please do not bring a shovel. You have one job, and that's to not bring a shovel. Just tiptoe over the bar, and we're good. Anyways, how was my Christmas vacation? It was nice. I spent it all doing absolutely nothing. It felt great. I can't remember the last time I just did absolutely nothing. It's like no work, no quote unquote productivity, just lazing about in bed, playing my video games, eating delicious food, sometimes watching Twitch streams, but only a little bit because, well, I don't have a laptop. I can only watch streams on my phone. And well, my phone only has so much battery capacity. Now you're probably wondering, Thunder, why don't you just plug your phone into a charger? Well, you see, dear viewers, I think the charging port on my phone is foobar. I've tried like multiple different chargers, the inbox charger, some alternate chargers. The only thing that seems to work are wireless chargers, like the one in my car and the one that I bought in Japan last March. So, you know, that presents a weird problem. It's like, I can put it on the wireless charger and watch streams, but then I have to like watch streams at a weird angle instead of like watching it from the comfort of a couch or a bed. And even so, the phone won't charge. If anything, it just slows down the battery drain. So, I'm not abandoning this phone just yet. You know me, I try to make things last as long as I possibly can. Do I have to like highlight the window it's on? Alright, let's test that theory. Alright, so I went off on... I unhighlighted the window at 2:54:49. La 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 Yeah, it's just frozen. I don't know why. Anyways. What was I talking about? Oh, yes. Making things last as long as I possibly can. Well, when you don't have a lot of money growing up, or even a lot of money now, you try to make every dollar count. You squeeze every penny. Well, in Canada, we don't have pennies anymore. So, squeeze every nickel? It just doesn't have the same ring. Like, at all. So, there's another thing I have to save up for. It's like, on top of saving up for a new phone, I have to save up for a new PC. Save up for a plane ticket to Japan and, you know, lodgings and stuff. Save for Anime Central in May. The plane ticket for that and lodgings for that too. That's in American dollars too. It's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie, chat. It's gonna be rough. And on top of that, my voice sounds just borked. I don't know why. I didn't strain my voice at all. I don't like yell a lot either. Is it just winter sickness settling in? Even though I don't really do go outside that much aside for work. Like, what did I do during this Christmas vacation? I mean, sure, I drove up to where I was staying. Insert random reference to Reno 911 that Kirana shouldn't have known here. Oh, don't worry, I don't know that reference either. But welcome to chat. We're just doing some self-reflection and saying goodbye to this chaotic year known as 2024. Why not even do this Christmas vacation? I drove up. Almost fell asleep multiple times while driving. Good thing I had like a coffee and some Timbits with me. How's life? Better than it was 5 years ago. Still could be better. Still trying to improve. I am improving, which is the whole point of the self-reflection thing. I have improved. I plan on improving, but I need to identify my weak points first before I can improve any more. But we're just going over what I did during Christmas vacation. So yeah, once I arrived at my destination after a long drive, I just kind of conked out. Just kind of fell asleep for a while. Just took a little midday nap, which I haven't done in years. Ate some good food. Christmas, I did absolutely nothing. The 26th, Boxing Day, I just took a little quick trip to the nearby mall and I got some t-shirts for myself. That's about it. And what else? The next day, visited some people. Went to another mall. Tried Jollibees for the first time. I've heard a lot of my mutuals have had Jollibees before, and they always talk it up. And I don't have Jollibees where I usually am, but to the place I visited, they did have a Jollibees to my surprise. So I'm like, you know what? Let's give it the old college try. Let's see what the hype is all about. Alright, chicken. It's good. It's really good. Better than KFC, but that's a low bar. I'd say it's like almost at the level of Popeyes, but just a smidge underneath it. Not quite at the level of Popeyes. But really, 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 really close. Fries, however, damn, those fries are good. Like, objectively good. Tastes good, smells good, feels good. Just better overall than like 97% of all the fries I've eaten. It's like I was settling on 98, 97, or 95. And in the end, I picked 97. Fries, really, 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 really good. Peach mango pie. You know how like over here in most fast food places they have like apple pie or apple fritter or apple turnovers or whatever the hell you want to call it. No, Jollibee's gives you peach mango pie, peach mango fritter, peach mango turnover, whatever the hell you want to call it. It was certainly a new experience for me. Did I hate it? No. Did I like it? I didn't hate it. Also, that same day later, first time eating oysters. The texture is weird. You just kind of have to suck it into your mouth and just swallow it down, and it's fine. I didn't gag, thankfully. Really salty taste. Tastes like the ocean, which is expected. That's where oysters come from. I cut it at like 2 or 3. Just in case I got sick later. I didn't want to get really sick. You know what? Maybe the oysters are the problem. Yeah, we've confirmed it. I have to highlight the window that the countdown is on. Otherwise, for some godforsaken reason, OBS doesn't pick it up accurately. It has to be the active window. It's like, you can't just leave it. It doesn't matter if you minimize it or not, it has to be the active window. That sucks. Anyways. What else did I do? The 28th, I decided to go and watch Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in theaters. And the verdict is, it's absolute cinema. 10 out of 10. Would watch again if someone paid for my ticket. Jim Carrey does it again. Somehow he managed to outdo himself in the only logical way Jim Carrey could. And like some weird trivia that I learned, like in the Japanese dub of the movie, like we all know that Aoi Yuki, probably one of the biggest Shadow the Hedgehog fangirls out there, gets to do the dub for Maria Robotnik in that movie. But also, the guy who they got to voice Shadow in the Japanese dub, it's Sephiroth in Japanese, it's Dante in Japanese, it's Yakuza 5 protagonist Shinada Tatsuo, which I found really funny. Speaking of Yakuza, they got the voices of Ichiban and Majima to voice those 2 guards at the start of the movie, which I thought was pretty funny. I mean, it makes sense. It's Sega. They have these guys around. Might as well use them. And then the next day, I met up with some people with some common interests. We went to the big city and just hung out, ate good food, went to one of the few arcades left in the country, had a grand old time there. Got some coffee. Looked at anime stores like the weebs that we are. Went to some local eateries. Went to a Korean restaurant. Get blindsided by how big the portions are at this Korean restaurant. I had to ask for a box to bring home the leftovers because it was that much. Oh boy, that was a lot of squid tempura. I love squid tempura. I love fried squid. I love deep fried squid, but even I have my limits. I managed to finish half the plate. That's how much there was. And I brought the other half home. And ate it the next morning. And surprisingly didn't get sick. Or maybe this bonked voice is the result of eating all that squid tempura and shrimp tempura. I ordered multiple things. I finished the shrimp tempura, thank goodness. And then, yeah, the next day is we're going home. I'm like, okay. Got me some donuts, got me another coffee, drove home. Did not have as much of a struggle staying awake on the road this time. Maybe it's because I was listening to a podcast, whereas on the way up, I was just listening to my normal car music. I guess the familiarity of the music and not really paying attention to it, and the scenery kind of blurring because it's just fields and trees, and the constant humming of the car and the constant speed just kind of comes into a perfect storm of trying to put me to sleep. I was only fighting it off with sugar and caffeine, which probably isn't the best way to stave off highway sleepiness, but hey, you do what you gotta do. But like I said, on the way home, much less of a struggle. I think the key factor was I was listening to a podcast. I was actively listening to it while keeping my eyes on the road. And I think paying attention to something intently, actively engaging with something, helps you stay awake a hell of a lot better. I mean, sure, coffee helps, but I think this active paying attention thing helps a hell of a lot more. And then, yeah, we're home. We turn on the heat again because the house is freezing. Because we turned off the heat before we left. Because we want to save money on our hydro bill and our heating bill and our utility bills and blah 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 blah. And I guess that brings us to today. I noticed my hair was getting kind of long, so I got a haircut in the morning. Surprisingly, it wasn't busy. I was expecting it to be crowded at the hair place I go to because it's New Year's Eve. Surprisingly, it wasn't. I just walked through the door and they're like, hello, just take a seat right here. We can get you started right away. I'm like, cool. Nice. Bam. Done. I feel refreshed. Now to go back in another 3 months because my hair grows alarmingly fast. Like the moment I start noticing gravity having too much an effect on my hair, that's when I decide, go get a haircut. And I probably need to fill up on gas too when I go back to work on Thursday. Because like, I filled up the tank before we left. Then I drove up there. Drove a few places. Drove back home. And did the haircut today. And only when I got back home, I was like, did we hit that point where I'm like, I need to fill up on gas pretty soon. It's not an immediate threat. However, it would be a good idea to get gas on the way home from work. Because gas during the day, atrociously high prices. Gas in the evening/night, a little less atrocious, but still atrocious. These gas prices are bleh. Bleh. But boy, oh boy. Looking back on 2024. Alright, let's see. Health. Oh yeah, I got into better shape. Almost as good a shape as the crash course I had to go through in 2020. This time it's a lot more healthier, a lot slower, a lot more sustainable. But yeah, physical health has improved. I'm eating better. I've lost significant weight. I'm pretty much back to the weight I was in 2020 when all this hero shit was happening. Like, I look better. I feel better. I'm eating better. Also, welcome to stream, Iggy. Physical health, I'm doing better. Any chronic pain or injuries, I get looked at right away because, hey, I work a full-time job with benefits. Might as well use those benefits. And so I did. And I'm glad I did. Like, I was having like arm or elbow pain earlier in the year. So I saw a physiotherapist for that. And they took care of that in a couple of weeks. And then like earlier in like late October, early November, my neck started hurting. So I went to a chiropractor for that. We're getting that fixed. Got to use those benefits before the year ends and they reset. It's kind of free money. I was going to say it's free money, but it's not free money. You have to work for it. It's like, I'm putting in my 40 hours. I better be getting benefits. It's like a battle pass for a living. I hate how accurate that is. You're out of line, but you're right. Oh, why is my phone buzzing? Okay. Ain't I a stinker? Yes, but you're our stinker. Okay. So physical health has been improving. What about mental health? And I mean, I'm starting to get it looked after. I talked to my doctor about it, like near the end of the year, and he's like, all right, answer these questions. I'm like, okay. The doctor was like, yeah, sounds like you have clinical depression. To the surprise of absolutely no one, especially me. It's like, it's one of the things that I always knew, but I never got diagnosed, so I wasn't like 100% sure. But now that we've identified the problem, I get put on antidepressants. Of course, he did say that it's going to take like 3 to 4 weeks of taking these antidepressants for them to take effect. And to be honest, it's been that time that they've described, and like, you know what, I feel a little better. The side effects kind of suck though. Like, ever since I got put on these antidepressants, like, I'm finding myself waking up in the middle of the night more often. Like, I'm averaging of like waking up in the middle of the night at like averaging 2 to 3 times a night. And like, whether or not I feel tired varies. It's either I don't feel tired, or I feel the usual amount of tiredness before I was on the meds. So I'm going to say it's a net positive. It's not like debilitative. It's more than anything, I just find it annoying to wake up in the middle of the night. Also, it's taken me a long time to fall asleep. Probably doesn't help matters much. Which is something I need to figure out and improve. Like reduce the time it takes for me to fall asleep when I go to bed. Because this shit fucking sucks. Like, even before I was on the meds, it was like, it would take me a while for me to fall asleep. Like, I think I actually timed it during my Christmas vacation. With like, it would take me like half an hour to fall asleep. It fucking sucks. And I'm like looking up guides to like fall asleep faster on the internet. Because, you know, nobody lies on the internet. And like, I'm trying all these things and none of them work. Like counting sheep? No. Boxed breathing? No. Just thinking random words in your head? No. Like pushing up the roof of your mouth with your tongue? No. None of that works. More research is required because yeah, I'm still doing exercise. I'm still like lifting weights. I'm still doing like the exercises I learned from Ring Fit. Like, I alternate between arm day. Like, arm day is one day, then the next day is like legs and abs day. And then I just alternate between those two. I do those exercises in the morning because it's like the only time I have to do them, because Like, by the time I get home from work, like, I'm grabbing something quick to eat, setting up for stream, because it's like, this is the only time I can stream. Unless it's like my day off, but even still. Like, mornings, like, wake up, exercise, make breakfast, also make lunch. Like, I'm a busy guy. And somehow still squeeze in time to do my daily gotcha stuff in the morning. Like, somehow I make it work. I am a crazy person. Which shouldn't be a surprise because I'm a VTuber. Then I go to work. I do work. I say work in like air quotes. Like, even after all these years, I'm not going to say what I do for a living because, frankly, that's my business, it's not anyone else's. I am entitled to a bit of privacy. And then I get home from work, try to eat something quick, like maybe a bowl of cereal or something. If I don't have time for that, maybe pick up something at a fast food place on the way home. Maybe poutine, maybe a burger. Then I start getting ready for stream. I make the thumbnails. Think of some clever title. Get VTube Studio up. Get Mix It Up. Get OBS up. Get Twitch integrated throwing system, also known as TITS, up. They knew exactly what they were doing when they named that. And then I stream. Like, it's my way of unwinding after what may have been a stressful day at work or not. I think that's like the main reason why I still do this. The main reason I keep going and somehow avoided burnout. It's like, I genuinely enjoy this. I genuinely like going, hitting the go live button and just yap, play video game, do tiger drop. Also, hi Stray, welcome to the stream. It's we're about less than 2.5 hours away until it's midnight in my time zone. Like, I genuinely like hitting the go live button and going through what, the 11th Yakuza game? Because we were, let's see, 0, Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Judgment, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Lost Judgment, Man Who Erased His Name. We're on the 11th game. Then after that is Infinite Wealth, Majima Pirate Game. And then after that, Project Century. And someone gifted me Isshin Kiwami. So it's like, we're at 11 out of 15. And that's like excluding doing crazy stuff like hunting down Kenzan, Black Panther 1 and 2, Dead Souls, Binary Domain, Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, or whatever the hell that's called. Which is Fist of the North Star with the Yakuza engine, with the Yakuza voice cast. Streaming stresses me out more than it should sometimes. I mean, to be honest, it kind of stresses me out too still. Also, hi, Six Sworn Taurus. Wait, you weren't following me before? What the hell? It's like, every time I open up Mix It Up, I see a familiar name, so I thought you were already following me. I guess not. Like, I guess for me, like, the way to reduce the stress of streaming is like, okay, I'm gonna hide the viewer count. I'm not gonna look at that. I'm just gonna talk to myself and try to keep talking to myself. Even if no one in chat is responding to me. Yeah, it said first time chat when I see the beer mug and the pallbearer. And then after that, no. No, you are registered as returning viewer. Like, I try to not worry about that. Keywords being try to. And I don't worry about it during stream. But then after stream ends, I look at the analytics, I'm like, man, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I guess that's part of the self-reflection. That's part of the title of the stream is like, man, I mean, sometimes I do get stressed out even when I don't stream. It's like, should I be streaming this? Or do I want to play this leisurely? Which is why, like, I don't stream Girls Frontline 2 as often, because, like, honestly, besides, like, the gacha, what's there to stream? Like, I don't think anyone wants me to, like, stream me trying to figure out a strategy to beat, like, the weekly boss. Because maybe it's just a matter of I'm under-leveled. Or I didn't pull the shiny 5-star weapon. Like, and I agree, Stray. Like, I know people want to see me more, but I'm not always ready to stream. I need my break days too. Like, despite what people may think, I am introverted by nature. My social battery drains pretty damn fast. Which is why I, like, try to avoid streaming multiple days in a row unless someone redeems something like Oops All Yakuza or Oops All Final Fantasy or what have you. Then I just kind of suck it up and do it. I think it's because of those redeems that I managed to be top 10% streamers of Judgment, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Lost Judgment. So I guess I'm the Yakuza VTuber. I mean, it kind of makes sense because of, you know, my past history. Well, speaking of past history, I mean, March was a pretty eventful month for me because it was my first time going back to Japan. The last time was, you know, doing the you-know-what for the you-know-who. Like, this time I got to go to Japan for fun and not for work. And I got to meet, like, 2 of my VTuber mutuals there. We, like, planned a trip together, and it was fucking awesome. We got to eat curry, we got to eat ramen, we got to eat yakiniku, we got to eat sushi. Oh, we ate so many new things. We got to experience a lot of new things. We got to see the Unicorn Gundam, we got to see the RX-78 in Yokohama before they took it down and moved it. That was just a stroke of luck on our part. We also visited some filming locations from various Kamen Rider and Super Sentai series. Like there was a nearby bridge to the Unicorn Gundam where they've shot like Kamen Rider, Double, Forze, Build, and some other Super Sentai. So like me and Swoos posed on that bridge, doing the Kamen Rider double pose. We went to the Kamen Rider Cafe. Let's see. We went to a Texas-themed diner, or was it a Texas-themed bar? Anyways, like, Jack went there. We all went there. Jack was like, wow, it's like I'm back home. That's how authentic it felt. We found the Blade Bench. We found the exact location of the Blade Bench from the end of Kamen Rider Blade. I went to HoloFest. I got to see my Oshi sing. It was amazing. I spent a crazy amount of money in Akihabara just buying a bunch of shit. We went to the Square Enix Cafe. We got really drunk one night and somehow managed to get home. I tried staying at a capsule hotel. That was a very different experience, but not one that I hated. What else did I do? I mean, we tried takoyaki as well. We tried taiyaki. You know Kamurocho? You know, the setting of many Yakuza games? We went to the real life equivalent, Kabukicho. And it's my first time going there, and yet I navigated that place perfectly. Like, every street, every turn. Like, I knew what was coming up. I knew it like the back of my hand. It is crazy how 1-to-1 Kamurocho and Kabukicho are. Like, the Don Quixote in Kamurocho, it's in the exact same place in real life. The karaoke place, the exact same place. The Millennium Tower, it's the Godzilla-themed hotel. The pachinko parlor, it's the same place. Theater Square, it's bigger than it is in real life. Or it's bigger in real life than it was in the game. And you know what? I won the lottery for HoloFest again, so I guess I'm going again. I just need to win another stage ticket for my English Oshi, because I won the stage ticket for my Japanese Oshi. So I need to get 2 and pay the double the price. It's a good thing I have a full-time job. Because if I didn't have a full-time job and I was trying to make money as a VTuber, holy shit, I would be in deep trouble. Water. What else did I do? I mean, that was the big highlight. But I suppose it was like, I still need to do a lot more self-reflection. I did kind of like write notes on like what I feel like my weak points are. Of course, that means like going over to where I wrote it, and which means the New Year countdown might like temporarily freeze, which sucks. I'm like, but yeah, the VTubers you love so much, yeah, even the best ones have some like insecurities about themselves. Like, if I take like an objective look at myself, like I kind of feel like maybe I'm stagnating, maybe even regressing as a VTuber, because like I mentioned before, like I don't look at the viewer count during stream, but I do look at the viewer count after stream. And you know what? It's not looking good. Like, people always say, don't worry about the numbers. Okay, you telling me not to worry about the numbers isn't gonna stop my lizard brain from not worrying about the numbers. Like, I'm trying to rack my brain on like how to improve. Like, even though I'm doing this as a hobby, I do want to get better. I do want to improve. I don't really want to be stuck in the same place. I want to grow. I don't want to stagnate. I don't want to become irrelevant. And I'm trying to be careful with my words so I don't come off as like whiny. But there are still issues I need to address. Maybe if I like bounce back and forth between strengths and weaknesses, maybe that'll be a bit more palatable. I'd say like my biggest strength is like consistent scheduling. Like very rarely will a stream be like heavily delayed or outright canceled. Like the number of times like I've had to cancel a stream can be counted on one hand. So yeah, my biggest strength I'd say would be like my consistency and my commitment to honoring the schedule that I put out every Sunday night. Like making a schedule and actually sticking to it. Is pretty damn good. Like, okay, we talked about a strength. Now we gotta move on to a weakness. Like, I know, like, I hear multiple people say, like, if you have at least 3 concurrent viewers, you're, like, in the top, what, 10%, 5% of Twitch? I don't know how true that is, but... Okay, let me update the timer. 210, okay. But, you know... I do want higher numbers. I felt this year it's been kind of a struggle to get even to like double-digit concurrent viewers. And as much as I don't want to mention like money and stuff, and I always assure you guys that I have a full-time job, You guys don't have to worry about me financially. I've got my financial shit together. Well, as far as I can afford to. I mean, like, I take care of the bills. I set aside money for, like, future big purchases. I've even been setting aside money for a retirement fund. So I'd like to say I'm more financially put together than the average VTuber. But like financial situation of a VTuber seems to be like freaking huge gap. Like the top of the top are just like raking it in. So maybe that's probably not a good metric. Now that I think saying it out loud. But, however, if I can find a way to make this like a financially viable thing, that'd be nice. Because as much as like I actively avoid talking about the job I do, I can say this much about my job. It's objectively, I don't really like it. I mean, sure, it pays the bills. I get benefits. I make a good chunk of money. But the day-to-day stuff, it can wear you down. Because it's like, it's a weird situation. Because like, on the slow days, it feels like, almost feels like I'm stealing money with how little work I actually do. And on other days, it feels like I don't get paid enough for this shit. I know you guys don't come here to listen to me complain about my job, which is part of the reason why I don't talk about my job. But this is kind of like tied in with the whole self-improvement, self-reflection. What can I do better? What are my hopes for in the future? It kind of ties all into that. It's like if I'm being perfectly honest, I kind of want to escape this job. But I'm really, really, really hard pressed to find a job that pays this much for the level of education I have. For objectively this little amount of work that I actually do. Like, it's not a physically demanding job, but it can be like, it can take a serious mental toll sometimes, because like, you in this job, you encounter the same people, the same customers every day, doing the same thing, making the same mistakes, coming up with the same excuses. It's just like, it just wears you down, which is why I actively avoid talking about the specifics of my job, because the more I think about the job, the more down I get, and that's not the kind of energy I want to bring to my stream. Which is like, even though I don't like the job, I'm grateful that I have the job I have. Because I don't want to say it out loud, because I don't want to make anyone feel guilty that they don't sub to the channel or donate bits to the channel. Like, this entertainment is free, and I would like for it to stay free. Do we have a disconnect? I saw OBS saying connecting to chat. Like I was saying, I want this entertainment to be free. I want this to be a place where people can just hang out and unwind. I don't want people to feel bad that they don't sub to the channel or don't donate bits to the channel. Alright, so it didn't disconnect. Audio's good. Okay. Like, I don't want to shame people for not subbing or donating bits. Because I ain't about that shit. Everyone's got their own financial shit going on. Groceries are getting more expensive. Like, I'm always consistent in telling chat, like, take care of yourself financially first. Only donate or sub if you have the disposable income. Like, take care of yourself first, then do frivolous spending. If I'm part of your frivolous spending, thank you, first and foremost. Like, I think it's like part of why I don't shame or pressure people into subbing or donating, because we've all seen that clip of that crazy chick going like, you don't have $5? I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I have actively avoided being that person. But streamer, surely we have $5. Yes, you do. Chat. You do have $5. And how you spend that $5 is entirely up to you. If you wish to spend that $5 on me, thank you. You don't have to. You didn't have to, but you chose to. And if you choose to, thank you. You guys have phones, right? Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke? I am thoroughly convinced that one question cast a slow burn curse upon Activision Blizzard. And you know what? Deserved. Absolutely deserved. You'd think that, like, they wouldn't allow guys in red shirts to come up to the microphone, but nope. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Thank you very much, Six Horn Taurus, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Stray. And genuinely thank you for supporting the channel. What do you know? I had $5. And what do you know? You decide to spend that $5 on me. And what do you know? I'm grateful. Thank you. Like, it feels like I'm in a weird position. Like, on one hand, I don't want to pressure people into subbing or donating to the channel. On the other hand, if I want to make this like a financially viable thing, I just feel really scummy about it. I just wish that, like, the work market in this continent wasn't an absolute hellscape where you don't need, like, a bachelor's degree to serve fucking coffee at a Starbucks. Like, I'm getting away from this topic. Just thinking about this topic is gonna make me pissed off as fuck. Okay. Moving on. Let's see. Other strength. Okay, we talked about weakness. We talked about strength first, then we moved on to weakness. Let's go back to strength. You know what? Ever since I got like a second monitor, I've been able to keep up with chat more and try to engage with chat more. Like, I have peripheral vision, even though sometimes I get really into the game I'm playing, which is usually a Yakuza game. Surprise, surprise. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at, like, responding to chat in real time. And while, like, staying engaged with the game. Or whatever else I'm streaming. Whether it be a game, or drawing, or writing, or hand cam stream, or something else entirely. Which brings me to weakness. I think I need to vary up the content. You, Yakuza? I'm shocked. Wow. It's not like I've been playing Yakuza games on Monday for nearly every week for the past almost 4 years. I'm shocked. It's not like I was like the top 10% streamer for Judgment, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Lost Judgment. I'm shocked. Shocked. Okay, maybe not that shocked, but maybe just a little shocked. Like, I was not expecting top 10% for one of those games, let alone 3. Like, okay, we're like less than 2 hours away from New Year's. Okay. Like, that brings me into, like, weakness. Like, I do run the risk of pigeonholing myself as the Yakuza streamer. And that kind of opens me up to, like, potential viewership drop-off when I'm not streaming a Yakuza game. Like, there's pros and cons to, like, being, like, a specific niche streamer for, like, this very hyper-specific thing versus being, like, a variety streamer. Like pros of being, like, the focus streamers, like, you will get your audience for the one thing. But if you deviate from the one thing, your viewership is going to drop off. Versus variety streamers, like, cons. You're gonna have much more trouble building up a viewer base from the start. Pros. They're coming for you, not the thing you're streaming. At least, that's my hope. I hope you guys are coming to see me and not just the 11th Yakuza game I'm playing. That is still wild. That's like, we're on game of like 11. And there's like at least 4 more on my plate. That's crazy. But, like, I do want to vary up my content. Like, sure, I've done, like, hand cam streams where, like, I'm unboxing stuff or building, like, not Gunpla, but, like, other plastic models. Like, I want to avoid saying Gunpla because I haven't actually built any Gundam model kits. So far it's been Figurized Standard Kamen Rider Skull and Figurized Standard Kamen Rider Phase, which, now that I think about it, I still need to finish. And then after that will probably be Figurized Standard Kamen Rider O's. And after that will probably be some other Figurized Standard that I pick up in Japan. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make is, like, I feel like I need to vary up my content more. Like, currently I'm just doing video game stream, collab video game stream, Kamen Rider watch along. So yeah, I feel like I need to vary up my content more. I'm not against doing like react streams where like we watch a YouTube video and I react to it. It feels so low effort, but I've been told that like people like hearing your opinions on things. So I'm up to the idea. I tried that out during the last days of Movember. We watched like 3 different videos and reacted to it. That works too. I also want to get back to like doing lore writing streams where I'm like actively writing out the story of how I became a masked hero. It's just part of why I kind of dropped off on that is like, one, I'm really tired after coming home from work and I probably don't have the mental capacity to do it, but I try to do it anyway. And 2, like when I look back on like the metrics, those tend to be like the lowest viewership streams, which kind of sucks because it's like something I genuinely want to do. So I'm like gonna make a conscious effort in the new year to bring those back. Should that redeem beyond the you should be writing? Don't worry about it. Even if you do redeem it, I'll just move it to tomorrow's stream. I'll just do the Genshin polls and then switch to a writing stream. Remember, this is my stream and I have the final say. And I tend to honor all redeems. Like, if someone redeems Oops All Yakuza, yeah, I'm doing it. I just get to decide which week I'm doing it, but I do it. Like, worry not, here on the Thunderbird VT channel, on twitch.tv, it may take me a while to honor your channel points redeemed, but I will redeem them. I will honor them. I guess that falls under strengths as well. Like, all those goofy-ass redeems, they get honored. It may take a while, but they do get honored. They might get honored immediately, they might get honored the next day, they may get honored the next week, the next month. Because say if like you redeem Oops All Yakuza right before I go to Japan, well, you're not getting Oops All Yakuza until I'm getting back. Sorry, that's just how it is. I don't have a laptop. Luggage space is limited. So even if I did have a laptop and just brought all my streaming equipment, you also got to remember the rooms in the hotels, unless you get like a really fancy, expensive hotel, they're not really big. Especially at the Capitol Hotel. Your bed area is super tiny. I mean, sure, they have a common area for like where you can like stretch your legs, play your phone games, get some food, read manga, etc., etc. Get some melon soda, which I got addicted to while I was in Japan because it tastes so damn good. Like, where you sleep, like, it's pretty small. It's comfortable, though. You have, like, a mini fan in there. You have, like, a bunch of USB plugs in there. You have, like a tiny shelf for, like, putting your phone on or something. Okay. Stop interrupting me, phone. I was going on a little spiel here. So yeah, vary up my content. That's my plan. Bring back the writing streams, because I genuinely do want to do that. Like, fuck it. I'll force myself to keep doing it. I don't care if the viewership dips. This is something I genuinely want to do. Something I've, objectively speaking, have been slacking on, which I need to rectify. Like, I can objectively look at myself as like, yeah, you've been a lazy ass this year. Get back to work. At a reasonable pace. Like, I don't want to go in, like, guns blazing. Try to, like, catch up way too much on lost time. Only to burn myself out in, like, 2 months. Because that ain't sustainable. Because that just brings us back to where we're starting. I'm like, no. Bring back writing streams. Continue the video game streams because... Surprise, surprise! I like playing the video games that I'm streaming. I like playing Yakuza games. Shocker, I know. The guy who's been playing Yakuza games for almost 4 years likes playing Yakuza games. Who would have fucking thought? Probably introduce, like, react streams. Because, like my mutual said, it's like, people like hearing your opinions on things. Yeah, I never would have guessed. To the surprise of no one, the Yakuza streamer likes playing Yakuza games. I mean, if I'm like 11 games in, and I'm not tired of them, that's a pretty good sign that I like them. Well, yeah, like, I could be reacting to, like, hilarious tweets, reacting to videos you guys send me on Discord, in the Discord server, in the React stream suggestions. I can do that. And you know what? It was kind of fun reacting to, like, those videos back at the end of November. Because, like, I was getting pretty heated during some of those videos. Which I guess makes for good react and clip content, sure. What else? It's like strength and weakness, I would say, like, they're both would be like strength. I can run my own stream. I can, like, carry on with myself. I can keep yapping by myself. I don't really need to depend on collabs. But that's like a double-edged sword. Like, I genuinely do want to collab with more people. The main problem is, like, my work schedule, which is another reason why I want to get out of this job and try to make this a full-time thing. That's the dream, but alas. Because, one, the working hours are kind of weird. 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's strike one. Strike two is I don't get regular weekends off. I don't get Saturday, Sunday off like most normal people. My days off are Tuesday and Wednesday. Because the place I work at is open every day. So as much as I want to collab with more people, just my weird job schedule makes it really difficult to coordinate with people. Which is why I'm super thankful for the people I currently collab with, that our schedules manage to line up for this one thing we're doing. Like, The fact that we managed to finish that Tales of Vesperia collab between myself, Jack Delane, and Soul Marquis, it's nothing short of a miracle. Because like all three of us have like bizarre work schedules. And yet we managed to make like either Tuesday night or Wednesday night, depending on how our schedules lined up. We made it work. And I am so grateful for that. Jack, Soul, if you are listening to this, thank you. Thank you for making this work. You'll probably be noticing I'm going to be saying thank you a lot. And I mean it every time I say it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for putting up with my bullshit. Thank you for listening to me yap. Thank you for any subs or donos. Thank you for being able to work your schedules around for collaborations. Even though we live in a capitalist hellhole, like Iggy says. It's like, remember that Common Writer discussion collaboration we had like last year during Movember? With like me, Sora, Carmine, and Melinda. I had a lot of fun with that. I want to do something similar to that again. About something else. Like, I don't know. Azure Lane. Blue Archive. Nanoha. Symphogear. Hell, maybe even Girls Frontline, because I'm playing Girls Frontline 2, even though I never played Girls Frontline 1. At the behest of Jack, I started playing Girls Frontline 2. And I both thank and curse him for it. Thank him because it's a genuinely fun game. It looks great. I like tactical turn-based RPGs. And I curse him because it's another gacha game I need to play. As if I don't already have my hands busy with Blue Archive, Azure Lane, and Genshin Impact. Chat, don't play too many gacha games. In fact, don't play gacha games at all. Unless you're me, who's like a micromanaging freak. Who has like all this shit down worked to a science. It was like, who has timers set for everything. Too late. Yeah, I'm partially to blame for that, because I know you started to play Girls Frontline 2. I know that's partially my fault, and Jack's fault. And that's like the main roadblock for me trying to arrange collabs with other people. It's like, my schedule is the main barrier. And that's part of why I want to like get out of this job and hopefully make VTubing something more financially viable. But until that happens, I just have to like suck it up and work my normal job. And I really feel bad for like all the people who do come up to me and offer to collab on something. And I give them like the days I'm available. And they're like, damn, that's not going to work out. I feel genuinely bad. Like, the amount of courage it takes to like go up to someone you don't really talk too much, or a fellow VTuber, and like offer to collab with them only for it to not work out. Like, I feel bad about it that like our schedules don't work out. It's just the way it is though. And I wish that wasn't the way it was. And so I just blame my job. But I can only do that for so much. And it's also because of my job that's like, I can only stream at this time. Because like I said, in the morning I'm busy like cooking breakfast, making lunch for work, getting my morning exercise in. Like, after work is the only time I can like realistically stream without worrying about like going overtime and risking being late for work. Because the last thing I want to do is lose my primary source of income. I'm just wondering, is like, is part of the reason why like my viewership seems so low is because like, is it because I'm streaming too late into the night? Like, I wondered about that. But like, I want to focus on like things I can control. I don't want to dwell on things I like can't control, like the time of day I can stream. Like, this whole self-reflection thing is like, how can I take personal responsibility for improving viewership, concurrent viewers, chat engagement, like making myself more appealing? From what I know, you stream at one of the better times. Okay, so I do need to focus on like what I can do. Okay, we're on the right track. Okay. I do wonder sometimes if like, if the whole part of me like being a masked hero and usually streaming with a mask on, could that be contributing to why like my viewership is so low? Because people can't see like the full emoting of my face or like my reactions to stuff, because usually it's covered by the mask. Could that be it? Or is it something wrong with my personality? Like, I try to be upbeat on stream, but like, do I appear too intimidating, or do I seem too distant, aloof, cold? I don't know. I've been thinking about this. Like, I don't want to like do the knee-jerk reaction and say like it's because of the male VTuber debuff or whatever bullshit. Like, I want to avoid jumping to that until I've exhausted all other options. Could it be because of my personality? I did consider that for like, if I do get a model upgrade. Like, because I do remember like in some episodes of Kamen Rider Double, like the eyes would light up depending on whether it was Shotaro or Philip talking. So I was wondering if I could like incorporate that into version 2 of my model. if I ever do get a version 2 of my model. Because like mask off, I would say is like version 1.5. Like other than that, I've been using the same model for over 3 years now. I may have to look into like different rigging too. But I feel it's also like a rookie mistake to like just blame my appearance as well. Like I said, I want to like focus on things that are in my control. Like, sure, I could get a new model, but that's going to cost me a lot of money. And I don't think that's going to fix like the core problem. Often enough, there's something you can do with what you have that you don't notice. There's a lot that can be changed with tracking and sensitivity movement on a pre-existing rig. You know what, Taurus? You may be onto something. Maybe there are some like settings I haven't really looked at. Because like, really, I didn't really want to worry about everything being too perfect before I started streaming. It's just like, just do it and figure out from there. It's just, maybe I just don't know where to begin. Maybe I'm just being stubborn and just trying to focus more on like, I don't want to focus too much on appearance, even though that's like the big appeal of VTubers, but like, I do want to focus on like things that are in my control. And that may be something that's in my control. So thank you for bringing that to my attention, Taurus. I will need to look into that. Even though I'm kind of a dum-dum, I don't really know where to start looking into that. And back to personality is like I said, do I come off as too aloof, too cold, too distant, too unapproachable? Maybe that had something to do with like my face being covered by a mask. That might have had something to do with it. Okay, that might have had a lot to do with it. And like, I try to be like calm and welcoming and like not too high energy, but maybe that's working against me. Maybe I'm like, do I have like too well of a grasp on my emotions? Because people mistake stoicism for rejecting emotions. No, stoicism is like being able to control your emotions. Maybe that's working against me. Maybe I'm not enough of a boy failure, or a Fujo bait, or a Yumejo bait. Like, let out your inner gooner. I mean, I play gacha games. I thought that much was obvious. Or maybe I'm being too much of a respectful gooner, which sounds like an oxymoron. Let out your inner gooner. You must goon even harder. Super Gooner 3. To go even further beyond. Gooner plus Ultra. Gooner Ultra Instinct. Gooner X Drive. Gooner Burning X Drive. Oh god, we're getting carried away here. Gunnar Bankai. Sengun Sakura Kageyoshi. Alright, I'll try to up the Gunnar a little bit when I'm streaming gacha games. Just a little bit. Like, call me crazy, but like, I feel like female VTubers have like a lot more leeway to be quote unquote Gunnars than the guys do. And for evidence, look no further than Hololive Indonesia, Kureji Ollie. That girl is like the embodiment of Gunnar. And somehow she always gets away with it. I wish I had that kind of freedom. I feel like if me as a guy would say the things she said, I'd probably get burned at the stake. Or is it like decades of being told to respect women has finally come to bite me in the ass? Alright, alright. Oh no, she's been criticized plenty, but moved past it so well that no one remembers, so in other words, she gooned harder than the haters could catch up to. Damn. Alright, let's... Like, I did kind of like joke around with the idea with my mutuals, like, do I just get a live 2D model of the IRL maid that works for me and just park the channel mascot on top of her head and I speak through the little channel bird mascot on top of her head? Kind of like Noctopus, if anyone's heard of Noctopus. I did consider that option, but I feel like I would get in a lot of trouble for that from IRL people. And I think I have to like be more active on other social media sites. We've been trying to do that with like the shorts we've been uploading on VTube, courtesy of Iggy. Like, I've been trying to expand on the content creation. Thanks to Iggy. Good work, by the way. I mean, those shorts have been getting traction. I'm just wondering if we have to like upload to TikTok as well. Like, might as well hand over the keys to my TikTok account to Iggy as well, if that's what it takes. As much as I want to actively avoid TikTok, I feel like we're running out of options. Oh. Maybe we do need to get back to TikTok. Huh. I guess we need to figure out the metrics for TikToks as well. Like the upload, the best times to upload that. Like, Iggy's been working on that pretty damn well. I think he's pinpointed that for YouTube Shorts. Like our recent YouTube Shorts that we've been uploading the past couple of months, they are steadily increasing in views. We're getting like consistent like 500,000 views. We're getting there. Like if I go to my channel right now, it's like, all right, let's look at the shorts. Let's see, the newest one is at like 244. Let's see, 14, 414, 577, 402, 721, 536, 10, 531, 464, 490, 57. So like, sometimes we have like, it dips a little, then it gets back up. And then there's like, what, the legendary one? We have to scroll pretty far back. The one from Senran Kagura Pinball. That got like 9.8 thousand views. And the Yagami Baldur's Gate stealth roll was like 1.1k. I still don't know why that Judith one didn't pop off. You know, after thinking about it, I think we missed a golden opportunity. The title was Judith has the best burst in Tales of Vesperia. We missed the chance to say Judith has the breast burst. Maybe that was it. I was worried that'd get flagged. Okay, so it wasn't you missing that opportunity. It was you being cautious of the evil algorithm. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, you were just looking out for me. Okay, I'm glad that was cleared up. Thank you, Icky. Okay, then. All right, let's see. Like, can I give over access of my TikTok to someone else? Like a separate account? If it helps, that's what the file is saved on my PC. Okay, we're on the same wavelength. Okay, glad I have you as an editor. All right. Okay, so we explored streaming times, mixing up the content. Okay. Maybe it's like, okay, now we need to like look at like the actual streams themselves. Is it my voice? Could my voice be the problem? What if I spoke in a deeper voice like this? Or do I have to slow down the rate of which I speak and combine the two? Do I have to make a more conscious effort to sound deeper? Or is it the actual things I'm talking about during stream? Am I relying too much on reacting to what's happening in the game instead of making my own observations? I do remember a mutual of mine. We were talking about this last year on how to like improve my streams. And that was like one of the bigger things he did mention. It's like, don't rely as much on reacting to what's on stream. Kind of like take the commentary into your own hands. Like, point something out that you see that's not exactly what's happening on this screen. Like, I think we took like an example of like a Devil May Cry 5 stream I was doing. It was like one of the beginning levels when we're going through that wrecked hotel. Instead of like talking about like the usual stuff, you could go like on like off topic and talk about like what your experiences of staying at a hotel was like, and like what was your most recent good experience of staying at a hotel, and what was your most recent bad experience of speaking of a hotel. And I like kind of made a note of that, but like somewhere down the line I kind of forgot about that. So maybe if I give that a try again, that would also work. All right, Happy New Year, Iggy. Thank you for dropping by. I'm just gonna keep like open mic brainstorming ways and how to improve my stream. I think also those weird pauses I take sometimes, like this. Maybe I should try cutting down on that. The problem is that my mind is racing like a mile a minute and my mouth cannot keep up. Maybe on top of like undiagnosed depression until recently, I also have like something like undiagnosed ADHD. Who knows? It's like it's one of those things I've always had a feeling, but I don't want to self-diagnose. It's like the last thing I want to do. Maybe like throwing in a few tier list streams would also help. Because like it ties into like the whole React stream. Because like just like React streams on tier list streams, people like to see your opinions on things. People like to hear your opinions on things. Like an easy one would be like tier list of drinks. That's gonna be easy. S tier, cold water. Probably surprising considering how much I talk about Baja Blast. But cold water also belongs in S tier. I'm not going to go through the entire tier list right now. I'm going to save that for a future stream. I'm just spitballing ideas right now. Because like... yeah, sometimes I freeze up too. Like in that spectrum of cool to cold water, they're about the same to me. If you can differentiate between cool water and cold water, good on you. Because like, let me tell you, warm water, definitely not S tier. Maybe like B tier. At worst, or at best. But that's an idea. Like React streams, tier list streams, do more writing streams. The problem is there's only so many days in a week. And I've been trying to like actively avoid burnout by avoiding overscheduling. And for people who have been like around for a long time, you'll notice that I've like cut down on the days I've streamed. And that's precisely is to avoid burnout. And it worked. I wouldn't be approaching 4 years come March if I hadn't taken steps to avoid burnout. Which, looking back, was the smart thing to do. It was the right thing to do. Cutting back on the days I stream per week, unless someone streamed Oops All X. Yeah, that was the smart thing to do. I needed those breaks. Like, I know if I like schedule something, I'm gonna do it. barring like some big emergency or I suddenly get really sick and can't stream, if I schedule something, I'm gonna go through with it. So, and then I noticed that like I was starting to get a little burnt out, and as soon as I noticed that, I started cutting back on the days I streamed, which was a smart thing. Like, mental health wise, that's a smart thing to do. Algorithm wise, who's to say? Which is why like I try to diversify with like YouTube uploads and Twitch streams, so that I don't get forgotten by the algorithm. And I hate that we have to work around the algorithm. It fucking pisses me off to no end. And there's like other things I need to talk about, other things I need to reflect on. And we're like, what? At less than an hour and 15 minutes away from the new year. I've just been trying to talk as much as I can, trying to improve my yapping skills. Because admittedly, I look at myself like, I do my best to stay engaged with chat. It gets kind of hard sometimes when there's like nobody in chat. And I have gotten better at like trying to keep talking no matter what, even when chat is dead. Like, I think another mutual mentioned like take a note of like what happened to me during the day before stream, and try to start conversations about that. Like, for example, this morning, I went to get a haircut. I mentioned this earlier in stream. For anyone showing up later, welcome to the stream. Anyways, I got a haircut this morning. Surprisingly, I managed to get a seat like right away. I was expecting it to be busy because it was New Year's Eve. And I guess everyone wants to look their best for like their New Year's Eve party that they're going to. Well, joke's on you. I'm not going to a New Year's Eve party. I'd rather just chillax at home. Because like even if I do go to a New Year's Eve party, like if I do go to a New Year's Eve party, I want to drink some alcohol. I kind of want to like get the bad taste of 2024 out of my mouth. But if I do drink, that means like either A, I have to plan ahead of time and get a ride from a taxi or an Uber or some other ride sharing service. And that costs a lot of money, and I don't like spending money on stupid shit like that. Or B, I drive there on my own in my own car, try to find parking, make plans to stay overnight if I'm drinking, and worry about if I'm parking publicly, is my car gonna get towed? Or if there is private parking at the place I'm staying at, is there room for me? So I just want to avoid that headache altogether and just stay home and chillax and not worry about any of that shit. But anyways, back to the haircut. Like, I went to this, it's my usual haircut place, kind of near my house. The ladies who all work there are very nice. They always greet me with a smile. That's nice. The only problem is that they only accept cash. No debit, no credit. So I had to make a trip to the bank, withdraw some money, because like I too carry very little cash on me. I just use my credit card for everything. If there's credit card fraud, I just call the credit card company, tell them what's up. They'll get the money refunded. They'll get me a new card. No problemo. And if I use my credit card for everything, I build up my credit score. Blah, 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 blah. And I got one of those fancy credit cards that like The more I spend on it, the more points I accumulate, and I can use those points to buy plane tickets, which is kind of important because I'm planning to go to Japan in March. But anyways, went to the bank, withdrew some money, got some money, went back to the hairstylist place, blah blah blah. They greeted me with a smile. Yay! Have a seat. We can get to you right away. Yay! Cut the hair. Yep. Cut it the usual way. Tip top, professional, gets it done in minutes. Then again, I'm a guy, so cutting my hair ain't that hard. Yep, you want some hair gel? Yep. Blow dry, everything. Spritz, spritz. Looking good. Paying the money. Thank you. Happy New Year. Yeah, other than that, my day was pretty uneventful. Like, I kept up with my Duolingo lessons, trying to learn more Japanese so I'm better equipped the next time I go. What else? Caught up on Genshin, caught up on Blue Archive, caught up on Girls Frontline 2, caught up on Azure Lane. You know, it's the last day of the month, so in Azure Lane, that's the last day for like the monthly Operation Siren to do all your quests, get all your goodies, get all your like top tier upgrades materials, blah 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 blah. Fight the monthly boss, blah 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 blah. Don't forget to do your like event stuff. Man, sometimes playing a gacha game feels like working another job. Instead of money, getting paid in money, you get paid in... No, I'm not going to say it. It's going to sound so wrong when I say it out loud. I'm not going to say it. But those who play gacha games know exactly what I was going to say. It doesn't need to be said. But you know what I was going to say. I mean, what else did we do? I mean, I caught up on... Well, since I was away for Christmas vacation, that means I missed out on all the anime I still needed to watch and finish. I caught up on Boom Boomger. Was pleasantly surprised to hear a Nana Mizuki insert song in a Super Sentai series. So that was a nice surprise. Finished Mao 2099. Wasn't expecting to end in like 12 episodes. It felt like it was going to be like 24 when I was watching episode 10. But then I watched episode 11. It's like, yeah, they're setting up for a finale. And sure enough, they wrap it up in 12 episodes. I thought there was going to be more. There's like so many, like, okay, not a lot of loose ends, but there were some loose ends that I thought they were going to take more time to like resolve. But I guess that's what season 2 is for. If they get a season 2. Finished Kimi wa Meido-sama. It's like, oh, big surprise. Thunder's watching anime about maids. Yes. Yes. Watch the finale of Kimi wa Meido-sama. Like, the first 90% of it, like, alright, things are getting resolved. And then, like, the last, like, 2 minutes, it didn't really feel like an ending. It felt like a normal episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't feel like everything got resolved. It felt like I won't spoil the ending, but it's like I had to like rewind and like, wait, that's it? Okay. Like, I'm not saying it was bad. It was just kind of caught me off guard. Kind of like left me a little confused. Caught up with Kamen Rider Gav. Once again, Gav being amazing. Please don't fumble it at the end. What are my winter anime plans? Alright, let's go to this distinctly different window. I think the only thing that really catches my interest was... if I can find it. Beheneko. The elf girl's cat is secretly an S-ranked monster. Or, I'm an S-ranked behemoth monster, but I'm living as a pet of an elf girl. Sometimes you just need to watch, like, junk food anime sometimes. Because other than that, I'm just going to be watching that, and continuing Kamen Rider Gav, and continuing Boom Boomger. And that's about it. Like, I want to free up time to, like, work on lore writing, even if I'm not streaming it. Because like I said, like, I have a lot of catching up to do. I've been, objectively speaking, kind of slacking. That's something I need to rectify going into the new year. It's like one of the main problems that, like, I find continuing the writing. I don't know if this is like an objective thing or a subjective thing, but like the absolute like lack of feedback I generally get on my writing, I gotta say it's kind of discouraging. It's like, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if I'm doing something right. I don't know shit. I don't know how my readers feel about what I'm doing. I don't even know if I have readers at all. I guess I'm just powering through anyway for my own sake. But sometimes that feels like that only gets you so far. Like, I know you're not supposed to rely too much on external validation, but you need some amount of external validation. Kind of like, make sure you're going the right path. Because if you don't get like some sort of feedback, it feels like the equivalent of like walking endlessly through a thick fog with no idea if you're going the right direction or not. Oh, maybe I'm just complaining too much, which is something I like try to avoid doing. Because like nobody wants to hang out with a downer. Like, you don't want to spend your time with a downer. Like, you feel objectively awful if you just spend like a constant amount of time with someone who's always negative, which is something I try to avoid while I'm on stream. Like, sometimes I'll let a little negativity slip out because I'm only human. But like, for the most part, I make a conscious effort to be positive and somewhat upbeat. Like, I'll try to be as upbeat as I am comfortable with. Like, any more than that, and it feels kind of fake to me. Like, I don't know if it feels fake to you guys. But like, there's only a certain amount of like positivity and upbeatness I conduct myself or carry myself with before I start feeling it's getting a little too much and feels a little too fake. I don't know if anyone else gets that impression. I kind of keep it, it goes back to like the whole stoicism thing and like having a good control of your emotions, which admittedly may be working against me as a VTuber. Like, it's weird, like, when I think about it more and more, like, maybe, like, the personality traits that I value could actually be working against me as a VTuber. Like, remaining calm and collected in high-stress situations clearly does not make for good clip material. Being competent in video games doesn't exactly lead to, like, clippable fuck-ups. I almost said fuckable clip-ups. And then I went ahead and said it anyways. Who knows, maybe like before I said, maybe I have to be more of a quote-unquote boy failure. Oh, that's what get chats going, huh? Saying something stupid like fuckable clip-ups instead of clippable fuck-ups. Oh, I see how it is. That's the secret, huh? Did I crack the code? I don't know. I just started thinking about all this stuff for like how to improve as a VTuber. Cause like the VTuber audience are predictable. Except by me, apparently. Which led to this whole self-reflection thing in the first place. Which is kind of like, I say like I can't predict the VTuber audience, but earlier I already joked about like getting like a female big titty model with like my channel mascot sitting on top of her head and speaking through the mascot, and the big titty girl remains silent unless someone used like text-to-speech to make her talk, like Noctopus does. Like, what was that tweet? It's like, I gotta pull it up. It's like, what was it? A tweet by Horror Ray Soul. It's a picture of like 4,000cc breast implants, and her caption was, VTubers when the viewership slips a little. It's hilarious, but it's kinda true. If we're being perfectly honest here. Listen, that's going to be like a last resort. That's like break glass in case of emergency. Of course, I need to make the money to do that. Hey, guess what? Getting a VTuber model drawn up and rigged, hey, that costs a lot of money, unless you like learn it yourself. But I'm like, being an adult is difficult. If you're not working your full-time job, then you're spending your days off like doing weekly chores that you didn't have time to do because you had a full-time job. You're using your days off to go grocery shopping, do the laundry, clean the house, make sure the garbage and recycling are sorted, blah, 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 blah. And I've always like joked about like how I shouldn't be a VTuber because like I can read, I can do math, I handle my finances well, I don't start beef on Twitter, I shower regularly, I have a full-time job. It's almost like I'm a responsible adult or something. Crazy, I know. Maybe that's what disqualifies me from being a VTuber. Maybe that's why the viewership isn't high, because I'm not a goddamn boy failure. What else can I do that's actually within my control? We've talked about personality, streaming content, the stuff I actually talk about during streams, the variety of stream content, the pros and cons of being like a focus streamer versus a variety streamer. If you're never failing, you're not challenging yourself. That's very true, Taurus. It's like that other saying is like, if you're encountering enemies, you're going the right way. But yes, like, I mean, I did fail quite a bit during the Movember marathon. Especially when Soul forced me to switch to brutal difficulty on StarCraft 2. I had to come up with some creative strategies to get over that. And then when he forced me to do Marines only on the final mission, that was a fucking nightmare. I think I gave it like 5 tries before I just gave up and like, okay, I'm just playing this normally. Like, let's see. The first couple of missions weren't that hard. Evacuation was a pain in the ass. Smash and grab, pretty easy. Devil's Playground, first try was a nightmare. Second try, a little easier now that I knew what the hell I was doing. Welcome to the playground. Unconventional strategies win. The Great Train Robbery. Hell yeah, unorthodox strategies for the win. Outbreak. Unconventional strategies for the win. Safe Haven, kinda tricky, not too hard. Dead Man's Port, oh boy. That took a couple of retries. Engine of Destruction, oh. Tychus, you are suicidally overconfident. I hate that when air units are attacking you, you switch to attacking the air units and not the ground units that you should be targeting, like the siege tanks and the marauders. Leave the air support to me and my wraith fighters. But no. God damn it, Tychus. Media Blitz. Actually not that hard. Good old siege tanks. Oh, but that like secret mission though. Oof. I almost failed that. Oh, the Ripfield generator mission was also a pain in the ass because like I ran out of minerals and Vespine gas. So I had to be like super careful with my battle cruisers. because I couldn't repair them with conventional means of SCVs. I had to rely on my science vessels. And I had to make sure my science vessels didn't die. Mobius Factor. Oh boy. Oh, Mobius Factor. That was another. There were a lot of missions on brutal difficulty where, like, I just straight up ran out of money in game. I'm like, okay, save. Quick save. Try this. Okay, doesn't work. Reload. Try this. Nope. Reload. Okay, this time this strategy works. Okay. The Gates of Hell. That truly was the Gates of Hell. It surely lived up to its name. Oh my god. Once again, siege tanks saved the day. And then Shatter the Sky was surprisingly easy. But All In, oh my god, All In. Fuck All In. You know what made the brutal difficulty run so hard? In brutal difficulty in StarCraft 2 campaign, enemies get a 50% damage bonus if they're attacking your units and your screen is not on the fight. Like, say you're focused on like the management of your base and like a fight's happening on the other side of the map. If you don't quickly change to focus on the fight, then the enemy gets a 50% damage bonus against you. It's fucking bullshit. That's just straight up cheating. Whoever thought of that artificial difficulty idea, I hope they got fired. Hi, Brace. I'm trying to keep yapping for another 47 minutes. We spent a lengthy amount of time kind of self-reflecting on what I can do to improve myself as a VTuber. And like, I tried not to focus on the things that are out of my control, like algorithms, trends, stream times, yada yada yada. I kind of focus on more like, well, would you look at that? Taurus had another $5. Thank you very much for giving a sub to Brace. I guess Taurus just reached into his pocket and found another $5 and decided to give it to me. Which I'm thankful for, by the way. It's just like Homer Simpson said. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. So yeah, I kind of focus on like the things that are in my control as a VTuber. Ow. Like the streaming content that I do, I need to like vary it up because like I look back as like, yeah, it's a lot of video game stuff, which I like doing, which I'm not gonna stop. However, I will like mix up some other things. Like I'll try doing React streams. I'll try to bring back writing streams. I'll try to do tier list streams. I know I have like a long-term collab commitment coming up in the new year now that Tales of Vesperia is over. I'm also like brainstorming other things I can do, like sometimes I think it's my own personality that's holding me back. Like I'm not against the idea, I'm open to the idea that like maybe I'm the problem. Maybe there's something with me and I'm trying to identify it so I can fix it. Like I thought maybe it's my voice, maybe it's my personality, maybe it's the things I yap about on stream. Or maybe it's the fact of like the majority of the time my face is covered by a helmet. that might have something to do with it. Maybe it's like the sensitivity settings on my VTuber model, and I need to go into VTube Studio and mess around with that, even though I don't know what I should be doing first, because I'm kind of a dum-dum when it comes to VTube Studio. Again, I'm focusing on things that I do have control over. I'm trying to like avoid saying it's like the male VTuber debuff or any of that bullshit. Like, that's like in case of emergency, break glass. And like kind of put on the glass. What's in the glass is like a twist on big titty anime girl. Like, find a way to put a twist on that. That's like in case of emergency, break glass. And when you have the money to break glass. But we don't worry about that. Not yet. Because like, I don't think throwing money at the problem is going to solve the problem. Because if I don't throw money at it the right way, it's not going to solve the problem. In fact, it might make the problem worse. So, throwing money at the problem is last resort. In case of emergency, break glass. Let's focus on what we can do. Is it my voice? Is it my personality? Is it the things I talk about? Is it the way I say things? Is it how much I engage with chat? Is it my ability to carry on a topic by myself? Is it, do I focus too much on the numbers after I look at the stream review after I go offline? Because I do not look at the viewer count when I'm streaming. Usually because I can't, because I have OBS open on the right screen and whatever main content I'm doing on the left screen, which means I don't have time to look at my Twitch stream manager thing, blah, 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 blah. If you want to get something more out of your hobby, putting more in haphazardly is kind of the opposite of what you want, which is why I'm avoiding doing that. I'm avoiding throwing money at the problem because it's probably not going to solve the problem. In fact, it might make the problem worse. And you shouldn't be doing that when you can't even identify the problem in the first place, which is what I'm trying to do. And I'm thankful for the feedback I'm getting from chat. I was worried that like I would fall victim to like vocal minority stuff, like I read somewhere is like what, like where was it I saw it? It was like, I think it was like some interview with Oda, the author of One Piece, is like he was surprised that like he was getting a lot of fan letters from female readers because like One Piece is a shonen manga. And what was in the interview? It was like he said that like he was surprised that he got a lot of like feedback from female readers, and he didn't get a lot of feedback from male readers. But like he stuck to his guns, he stuck to his original plan of like what he was supposed to be doing. He stuck to his vision. Like I think it was like the takeaway is like it's really easy to get swayed by feedback. I think it was what the thing was. So like good on him for not being swayed by feedback. And that was kind of like the thing I was worried about. Like on one hand, it's important to listen to feedback. On the other hand, don't try to get swayed by it too much. It's like you got to find that like perfect balance, which was like kind of like the fear I had of like trying to like openly discuss like what I can do better as a VTuber. But if you guys have been here for a long time and you're still here, first off, thank you. But if you've been here for quite a while and I recognize your name, and this isn't your first time chatting, even though for some reason you might have forgotten to follow me, but hey, we all make mistakes, then maybe I'm more willing to listen to your feedback. It just gets frustrating that like I think the whole reason I got spurred on to like how to improve as a VTuber is like I'm trying to limit my time on Twitter, but sometimes when I'm scrolling on Twitter, it's like sometimes I'll see like those automated like thrown tweets is like some VTuber I'm following just received a gift for this and that and that and that on their throne. I'm like the constant outpouring of love and support that these VTubers I follow are getting from their fans. Like, it's hard to not get envious of that. They deserve the gifts they're getting. They definitely do. But I'm like, my thought is like, it's like, it's hard not to like want validation for the work you do. And part of me, when I see all that like constant like automated thrown tweets, I'm like, damn, I wish I could get that. And then I realized like, in order to get that kind of attention and love and outpour of love and support, then I need to improve myself. I mean, like those thrown gifts shouldn't be like the end goal. It can be part of the end goal, but it shouldn't be like the only end goal. Like, I've been doing this for almost 4 years. I do want to improve. I do want to make like my stream like, ow. Oh hey Swoos! Welcome Raiders, I'm Thunderbird Prime, Master of VTuber. And we're just here yapping about how I can improve as a VTuber. Did somebody call a doctor? No, but I appreciate the doctor's here. Welcome, Swoos. How was Lethal Company? You were streaming Lethal Company, right? I think I saw that alert. Yes, you were streaming Lethal Company. Aha! I was right. So we're like, what? Ow! Holy shit. Back-to-back raids. Welcome Raiders, I'm Thunderbird Prime, Master of VTuber. And we're yapping away, 35 minutes away from the new year. What were you doing, Spooky McGoof? Also playing Lethal Company. Were you playing Lethal Company with Swoos? That is the conclusion I draw when I do shout out for both of you and you were both playing Lethal Company. Coincidence. But anyways, we've just been doing like self-reflection as we count down to the new year about how I can improve as a VTuber, because like I've been doing this for over 3 years now. It'll be 4 in March. Oh, speaking of things that are coming up, I just realized my birthday is coming up in 3 weeks now. January 21st. Oh boy. If you're gonna compare, compare. We can't help but compare. Even though we know we shouldn't be comparing. Our damn lizard brains are gonna compare. Start with people more similar to you than not. I mentioned male debuff, the mask, the boy failures. What about people more like you? Huh, let's see. I do need to think about that. Limzerd, I'm similar. Yes. Swoos is similar. That's why I watch Swoos. Now that I think about it, the Tokutuber sphere is pretty scattered. Like, I'm trying to think of people who like fully commit to the suit. It's like me, Swoos, Frozen, Coach Carter, Mach Valon, Emberlyn Star, Dora Kaiser, Godai, Falco, Gold Guardian. Like, the original guys in suits that got me inspired to do this, like Valifor, Hazard Hornet, Garen Nebula. God, I can't even remember all their names, but Zwei Kanye. Like, damn, I don't see any of those guys stream anymore. The only guy I still sometimes see is Valifor. It's just for art. Like, I don't see him streaming anymore. I think what drew me to them was like, besides like the cool suit design, it was like the similar sense of humor, the camaraderie they had. And it's through them that like I found a lot of other VTubers that I'm still following and watching. And like the biggest draw to like I think Valifor and Hazard Hornet specifically was like the cool like suit transitions they had. Was like way beyond my ability and my pay grade. Like if I could do that kind of cool shit, damn. Maybe it's time to look. Oh look, it's Kuman Rider, fried chicken. Hi Kay. Funny you say that, like someone suggested I be more of a gooner when I'm playing gacha games. Perhaps I've been holding the goon back for too long. Totally not that guy from Star Rail. Nope, not at all. I mean, you joke, but as soon as the SH Figure Arts Sam goes up for pre-order, I'm pre-ordering it. Don't do it. Well, I gotta do something to shake up the formula. This whole time, this whole stream, I've been like openly brainstorming about like what I can do to improve as a VTuber. V-Gooners are like the bottom of the barrel. Look, I'm only gonna keep it contained to like gacha games. Everything else, I'm just gonna be normal. I mean, hell, I put up like a semi-transparent AG filter whenever it got to like the cat fights in Yakuza 0. Or when I played Senran Kagura Pinball. I don't know. I forgot what the exact name was. Maybe I just pulled up my Steam library. It was called Senran Kagura Peach Ball. Okay. Maybe I was confusing it with like Peach Beach Splash. If they're the bottom of the barrel, the VTuber audience loves reaching down. Yeah. Playing Gooner games is one thing. Becoming the Gooner means you gave up. Okay, I'm doing like the opposite of giving up. I'm trying to do something different. Like, I'm trying to do something to avoid stagnation or even regressing. God, I tried reaching for one earbud. Turns out the earbud was already in my hand. Damn. Well, fine. If I'm not allowed to goon in the Gooner games, I guess I'll just become a React Andy on the side. That's one option I need to explore. Because if there's one thing I learned in this past year, is people love hearing unsolicited opinions from VTubers. Could always try the villain arc. No, something's got to happen for me to like just absolutely lose faith in humanity. For me to start my villain arc. People love assholes. Listen, I'm a staunch believer of chat reflects the streamer. You mean 2024 wasn't enough to do that yet? Jesus fucking Christ, what kind of inhuman willpower do you have? The indomitable human spirit? You know, that thing that kept me from checking out in high school? You know, that thing that kept me going for the first shitty 25 years of my life? That thing? Yeah. There's more where that came from. Also, hi, 7-Lob. Alright, going back to Taurus's comment. By evaluating why you're here instead of where you want to be, which is cool, what's the overview on your answer to that? Like, when I started out, I thought it was Spite and Super Sentai. I mean, Spite is a percentage of that, just not a significant percentage of that. Super Sentai, I mean, I've started watching Super Sentai. But it's like that Kuga meme. The power of friendship. And this gun I found. But to answer Taurus's question, I've noticed that, like, someone made a joke before in someone's chat. It's like, what's faster? The speed of light or VTubers abandoning their lore after their debut? And like, damn. I mean, the whole reason I became a VTuber was like, I wanted to be the VTuber with the most expansive and detailed lore. And even now I still feel that way, which is precisely why I want to get back to doing those lore writing streams so I can get off my ass and get it done. And then maybe learn how to code a visual novel and turn it into a visual novel, or maybe get a series of novels published, and who knows, maybe get a TV adaptation. But I need to actually work on that. Like, I can't just sit around fantasizing about, like, the TV series deal or, like, the book publishing deals in my head. Like, I have to, like, actually write the thing first. And, chat, I don't know if you know this, but writing is hard. Like, drawing is, like, people will vary the spectrum of, like, whether or not they say, like, they're good at art, they're bad at art, they're okay at art, they want to improve at art. But, like, when it comes to writing, it's very binary. People say either they're good at writing or they're bad at writing. It's, like, very clear cut. Art is more varied. Art's people's, like, confidence levels in art's varied. Writing, no, it's, like, very cut and dry. You're either good at it or bad at it. So yeah, I want to get back and write. It's just full-time job, drains all my energy. I want to get out of my job, but to do that, you need to either find a job that pays the same amount, requires the same level of education and not higher, and I can get away with doing as little work as I do at my current job without having to deal with nasty people, which sounds like an impossibility at this point. Or I figure out a way to make this VTuber thing financially viable. Uh, 22 minutes left of the year. Yeah, I need to write the thing first. And then I'll have to, like, hire an artist to do all the character sprites. Or all the character CGs, or whatever you want to call it. Because I do want to pay, like, an artist friend to do that for me. It'll like be a passion project. It'll be like, pay what you want. At least that's the plan. I don't know if that's going to be the final decision. First, I need to write the thing. The whole story. Then I need to learn, like, how to make a VN. Then I need to figure out how much I need to pay the artists and the musicians. Then I need to figure out the price, or if I want to make it like pay what you want. And then I need to figure out how to distribute it, how to promote it, blah 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 blah. Like, if I have the money, I'll like try to like hire someone who's good at like PR and advertising, because like I already did the job of writing the thing, and like if I make a visual novel, I already did the job of coding the thing. I don't want to do the third job of like self-promo. Like, bring back the idea of the author being some weirdo who lives in a tiny house, who like every once in a while publishes like a masterpiece. He just ships it off to the publishing company. It's like, there you go. Go nuts. Like, I miss those days. Less than 20 minutes left until the new year. Wow, I managed to yap a lot, didn't I? Okay, so Tales of Vesperia is over. And taking its place is going to be another JRPG 4-person collab. That's happening either every week or every other week, depending on our schedules. Which of today's improvement ideas are actionable without a change in outside circumstances? The type of stream content I do. Because like right now it's currently like heavily focused on video game streams. So I'm going to try varying it up with like react streams, tier list streams, writing streams. I mean, I still do the video game streams. I still do the Kamen Rider watch along. But I'm going to try mixing it up. Let's see, what else? I mean, the stuff I yap about during the video game streams, I'll definitely need to improve on. I need to talk about more than what's just happening in the game. Writing streams, it's hard to like write and yap at the same time, because like when I'm writing, I try to like focus in on the subject matter. Like if I try to like yap and write at the same time, I might accidentally like write what I'm talking about. Because like I do that a lot when like writing off stream. Is like I say the words out loud as I'm writing them. So that could possibly work against me if I'm during a writing stream. Will there be schedule adjustments to account for extra time to prep for content you're not used to doing? Yes and no. Yes, like I'll probably like have a day of not streaming and try to prep for that. But it won't be that different from like how I usually schedule stuff right now. Because like I said before, like I reduce streaming days to like prevent burnout. And I feel like changing too much in too little time may trigger burnout. So like slow and gradual changes is the best way to go. It's kind of like, I like to use like the plane landing analogy. Like you want a slow descent before you touch down on ground to ensure a safe landing, as opposed to a nosedive and crashing the plane. It's an apt analogy. It gets the point across. That's why I keep using it. It works. So, let's see. I did also talk about like dampening the emotion inhibitors to sound like an absolute nerd. Because like I mentioned before, like it feels like my control over my emotions might actually be working against me in the sphere of VTubing. Like the only time it seems like I cut loose with my emotions is with laughter. But like I need to cut loose with the emotions with like anger, shock, surprise. and like slightly pull back the goon inhibitors. Just slightly. Oh, less than 15 minutes left. Yeah, big emotions are clip fodder. Also, big video game fuck-ups are clip fodder. Which, again, another thing is working against me. Because I tend to be like 99% competent in the video games I play. The only thing that like does go out of my control is like a certain someone forces me to bump up to the highest difficulty. I'm too good at video games, says Thunderbird. I mean, it's true. Or if it's like some RNG bullshit, like the gacha games I play, it's like I don't know. Maybe it's because my experience in the gambling industry that, like, if I lose in, like, gacha pulling, it doesn't affect me as much because I've seen it happen in real life over and over and over again. And in real life, the stakes were much higher, so compared to that, losing the 50-50 and getting my fourth Chi-Chi doesn't seem as bad in comparison to, say, oh, I don't know, seeing someone lose millions of dollars in a single hand of Baccarat. Maybe I've just become desensitized to it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not spending actual money in gacha games. That might be a huge part of it. Maybe it's because I've seen so much people lose so much in gambling that I don't want to go down that path. That whenever I engage with gacha games, my wallet is on a different floor of the house. Yeah, F2P gacha players are a whole different level of self-discipline. I think that's also why I haven't entered my villain arc, like Kay suggested. Like, after like the first 25 years of my life that was full of absolute bullshit and not going into my villain arc because of that, I think going into my villain arc because I got a fourth Chi-Chi would seem kind of stupid in comparison. Speaking of which, I'll be pulling for Mavuika tomorrow night. I'm not guaranteed to get her. Just so you know, I think I have enough to guarantee a 5-star, just not enough to guarantee Mavuika if I lose 50-50. Because like I said before, it's like maybe I don't have those big pop-off reactions like other people who stream gacha games. Maybe it's because of my unique past work history, quote unquote. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe it's because I've already dealt with like enough gambling bullshit for 3 lifetimes. and have brushed with death more than one occasion because of it. Uh, 10 minutes left. Big emotions are clip fodder. I'll try to remember that. I mean, I'll try to work on that on the React streams too. And the tier list streams. Because like I said before, I've learned throughout 2024 that the audience just loves hearing the opinions of VTubers on the most banal things. Or whatever the hot button topic of the week is. Or just laughing at stupid people on Twitter. That's always fun. If people just go on my Discord server or go to like... What is it? React stream submissions. And just submit some dumb bullshit for me to react to. I'll arrange a React stream. I'll do it. Whether it be like a funny video or some stupid brain dead take on Twitter. We just laugh at this person. Point at them and laugh. Ha ha. I'll do it. Oh, I gotta go focus back on the window. I don't know why when I do like a web browser capture like this, I have something like active, like a countdown, it just freezes up on OBS if I don't make the window the active window. It's just the dumbest thing ever. It's absolute dog shit. I mean, I'll try to do like unboxing videos too. Just gotta remind myself, hey, don't open this just yet. Save it for a stream or something. The thing is, like, it's hard to schedule unboxing streams because, like, I'll know like the general week something comes in, but not like the exact day ahead of time. I guess that's another thing I have to work on. Like, if I do an unboxing stream, I need to find like a lot more to talk about than simply what I'm unboxing. Maybe I have to talk like the train of thought I had that led up to me buying the thing that I'm unboxing. That's probably something I have to work on as well. Because I guess people also love like stupid story time. Unbox the model kit, then build it. Easy. Oh. Model kits take a bit of time. That takes like multiple streams. Hell, I haven't even like finished the Kamen Rider 5's model build. And I have the Kamen Rider O's figurized standard somewhere in the house that I bought in Japan last March. And I'm probably going to buy another one when I go to Japan again this March. And I'm like, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing something. Did I bookmark it? Oh yeah, the Kitschby Visualizer Classroom USB document gamers for teaching for blah 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 blah. Model building, hand cam typing, other hand cam styles. Has its own lighting, autofocus, refocus button, hard to knock over, takes minimal desk space. Maybe I should add to my throne. What's it called? Okay, let's see. Kitch by visualizer. Alright, copy that. Go to my throne. Search. The countdown is frozen now. Yeah, it always freezes when I go to a different window. It's stupid. I was just complaining about it. It's absolute dog shit. Alright. Gift store. So bear with me as I go browsing on Throne. Hey, search gifts. Kitch by visualizer. Yeah, there we go. Add to wish list. For hand cam streams. Add to wish list. Successfully added. Da 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 da. All right. Why didn't Discord bot? Why didn't Throne bot update? What the fuck, Throne bot? Yeah, whatever. Check it out later. No, but seriously. Did ThroneBot get kicked? No, it's still here. It's just offline? Huh? Huh? 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Do 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 do. Can you believe it? Three minutes away from saying goodbye to this accursed year. Though admittedly, it did have its ups. Like going to Japan for fun instead of work. What else? Yeah, that was pretty much the highlight of the year. And then immediately coming home and doing a 3-year anniversary stream while being jet lagged as all fuck. That was an experience. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I'll wait a week after coming back from Japan this year in 2025 before I do the anniversary stream. Like all my mutuals who heard me doing that, like doing an anniversary stream right after coming home from Japan, they're like, "You're fucking crazy, dude. You're fucking built different and you're crazy." I'm like, yeah. I mean, I don't deny it. You have to be a certain level of crazy to be a VTuber after all. To be able to yap about the most banal things, trying to keep an audience engaged, do the funny hee-haw thing, and give me money if you can. You are not obligated to give me money. Remember that, chat. You are never obligated to give me your money. How you choose to spend your money is up to you. Take care of your needs first before taking care of your wants. Because like a rookie mistake I saw a lot when I was starting out VTubing was like, some of these other VTubers are like spending all their money on frivolous things and then they're doing constant subathons. I'm like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Thank goodness I never fell into that pitfall. I don't even think I've ever done like a subathon. I've done charity-thons for like charities and like optional donathons. That's it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Da 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 da. Audio Jungle. Alright. We can hide this thing now. It's the new year, it's the new year. Woo! Goodbye, 2024. Hello, 2025. Oh, there we go. ThroneBot finally did the thing. Hooray, ThroneBot. You did your one job. Do 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 do. Hey! Thank you for the 100 bits timeline, man. You didn't have to give me 100 bits. But I'm thankful that you did. Alright, so tomorrow night, we're streaming Genshin. We're pulling for Mavwika. Too bad I'm being celebratory. You know what? Fair enough. I can't tell you how to spend your money. As much as I want to, I can't. Because Lord knows I spend money on dumb bullshit myself. So it'd be pretty hypocritical of me to tell people how to spend their money. So Wednesday, Genshin Impact. Thursday, to be determined. Some plans are up in the air. Friday will be my attempt to get back into writing. Saturday is a work day and I'm taking a break. Sunday, the Watch Along gang returns for more Kamen Rider Forze. And then, man, I'm so glad, even though I came home Monday, I'm so glad I didn't decide to stream Yakuza. Because, man, like, I started getting a headache around 10, 11 o'clock. So that would have been a disaster if I tried to stream Yakuza. So I just took some Tylenol and turned in early. Alright. Alright, we've kind of made, like, an action plan for how to be more, blah blah blah. What's the word? Improve as a VTuber. Well, we'll see how well I stick to that plan. Anyways, I guess we need to, like, figure out who to raid into. I mean, we could raid into Takako. I think, yeah, we'll just raid into Takako. She's also celebrating New Year's. Anyways, don't forget to follow me on my socials. Alright. 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 New Year raid. Because I'm unoriginal. So use that if you're not subbed. And use this one if you are subbed. Now let's... Ow. Okay, making sure she's still online. Okay. Okay. Because that'd be really silly if we tried to raid into her and she's already offline. Anyways, Happy New Year, everyone, and remember, stay prime.